This episode of Gamescast is brought to you by Tipsy Elves. Tipsy Elves, obviously, ugly Christmas sweaters. You know what's up. I'm wearing one right now. You can see this. He's half Santa, half horse. All fun. You need to show up to your Christmas. What?
Santor.
He's a Santor. I like that. I like that a lot. You can go to tipsyelves.com to check out all the different Christmas sweater designs. They're like nothing you've seen before, obviously. You got Santor right here. That's the best thing I've ever heard in my life, Kevin. Thank you. Their sweaters are all about fun. They're serious on quality and construction. I'm super warm right now. I don't know if you can see it, but I am. I'm feeling toasty. When you're shopping for your ugly sweater, check out the other holiday and collegiate attire yourself or as a gift. There's a bunch of adult onesies you can get all of your friends. There's also interactive sweaters like beer pong sweaters and cornhole sweaters. How does that work? Check out the website and find out. You can go to tipsyelves.com and enter code TEETH at checkout to get your 20% site-wide discount. Again, it's tipsyelves.com using promo code TEETH.
I can't take credit for Santor. That is just the name of the sweater.
Okay.
God bless it.
And now let me tell you about Omaha Steaks. Are you looking for the perfect gift? Let me tell you what. For only $49.99, you can get a family gift pack when you go to omahasteaks.com and enter code GAMES in the search bar. That's 77% off. But why Omaha Steaks? Over 500 gourmet gift ideas and the highest quality cuts and ingredients, one-of-a-kind flavor, convenient quick shopping for those on your list, aged 21 days to unlock the full flavors of the cuts. They sent us these steaks. Greg Miller cooked them. We had a fantastic time. Kevin, what did you think about our meal that night?
I had so much meat that day.
Oh my God.
He made all of it at once. And
there was sausages, there was steaks, it was a meat-a-palooza.
Do you remember the pork chop?
Oh my God, the pork chop was amazing.
So good.
I love that. You saw us Instagramming and tweeting about it. It was such a good time for everybody. But right now, Omaha Steaks is giving an exclusive savings just for you guys. Listen to everything that you'll get for less than $50. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages. That's how you say that. 4 burgers, 12-ounce package, all beef meatballs, 4 potatoes au gratin, 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steak seasoning packet, plus get 4 additional kielbasa sausages free. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter code GAMES in the search bar, add the family gift pack to your cart and get a 77% savings. It's the gift guaranteed to be a hit. And man, that meal was good. I will never forget it.
Tim, now you were too full to try the dessert. The apple, is it apple turnover?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
It was good?
It was good.
You guys should try it. Let me know. Tweet at me. All right. Final topic of the day.
Ooh.
Brought to you by you, as always. You can go.
Skeletons. Stevie Wonder skeletons. Everybody from last topic.
You can go to kindoffunny.com/gamescast topic to leave a question. But our boy Yasir Madhour, he supported us on Patreon. So we're going to read his question.
Get it.
A topic that is only kinda video game related. Have you guys ever had problems with a girlfriend who did not like you spending so much time playing games? If yes, how did you deal with it? Or does the fact that it's part of your jobs put an end to the discussion? Just curious. I feel like this was a very apt thing to have with my good friend Alfredo Diaz here. Because I just want to say I was the girlfriend in this situation. As Alfredo's out here playing Counter-Strike, playing Splinter Cell, leaving me in the dust.
You have to hang out with this Kevin Coelho.
I had fucking hang out with Kevin. Yeah.
Man, I've had many relationships. Some didn't even affect them at all. Others, definitely. And one of my now with Jackie, and it's great because she games, and that's just freaking awesome.
You mean Big Plays Jackie Butler?
Big Plays Butler. But man, like 5 years ago, I was in a long-term relationship, and those were the times where I had my 9 to 5 at IGN, and then I came home, and it was like 3 years ago, and I started doing Twitch, and she was just like, you spent all this time playing video games, and now you come home and all you do is play video games for everyone else, and just didn't make any sense to her. And then on top of that, I was like, look, this could be something that I could be doing as a full-time job one day.
Yeah.
And she was like, that's not going to be a full-time thing. No one's going to watch you play video games, and you're not going to get paid that much for it.
In your face.
In her face. Luckily, though, eventually she was like a really casual game, Candy Crush, all that kind of stuff. I tried getting her into video games, and oddly enough, Diablo Yeah, just the whole loot
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
Diablo's great.
that clicked for her. She played video games a little bit, understood it, but it was a constant. Even then, it was a constant struggle of you're not spending enough time with me.
I've never had it in terms of you're playing too much. It's the ones I think of, right, are with an ex-girlfriend. I remember she didn't mind me playing games all the time like I was, but it was like we went to her parents' house for Christmas or some holiday, right? And we were sitting around for days at a time. And I was playing. She had a conversation like, my parents think you're playing your PSP too much. And I'm like, all we're doing is sitting around watching TV. Like, I don't like any of the shows they're watching, and we're not talking. It's not like I'm missing conversations. That's my entertainment avenue, and you need to explain that to them. And they did, and that was fine. You know what I mean? And once there was a conversation about what it meant. And then I guess with other relationships, there's been maybe, I'm a binge gamer. Like, oh, cool, I have a free day. That's all I'm fucking doing because I don't know when I'm going to get to play this again, and that can be weird for people.
Yeah.
But I can relate to that because going back to that same relationship, whenever I went over to her family's house, she had a younger brother, and he was only allowed to play for about half an hour a day. And here I am doing that full time. So to them, they were just like, what? You're with this person who his job is to play video games and talk about video games. And then he wants to full time just play live for other people. So not only did that not resonate with like her very well, but even with her family.
Sure.
But that was the most extreme situation. Most of my relationships have just been more, I'm playing games, cool, she's doing her own thing, but there wasn't that like connection like I have with this relationship where I'm playing and then I'm like, oh, I gotta make room for my girlfriend. But it's a good type of thing where it's like with Jackie, it's like, oh, hell yeah, I'm kicking like the weakest person in the squad, bringing in big plays so she can help us play. Yeah.
Then we're gonna go to fucking dinner at 3 a.m. You guys are the weirdest schedules I've ever seen. When I wake up to look at Twitter, like things you've missed. It's like Night Owls, Jackie and Alfredo.
Love it.
Not anymore though. Not with school and everything. She's going through.
Yeah. I've been. I mean, I'm trying to think of any time a relationship's ever gotten in the way of my gaming or gaming's ever gotten in the way of a relationship, and I don't think it ever has. I think for me, in the most indirect way is that my job is so video game focused, and my job gets in the way constantly. So sometimes I think video games get the brunt of it, and they get blamed. And I'm always like, don't be hating on video games. They didn't do anything to you. But yeah, I feel like with all my relationships, they've kind of just got it. They understood that it's my thing and that I enjoy it the way I do. But I binge games when I play games, and I don't play that often. It's like when I get into something, I'm going to be super into it. Otherwise, I'll play through the campaign and be done. And I'm not like you. I'm not multiplayer going crazy. Like I think Smash Bros is the one thing that I consistently will always play. Or Overwatch, I'll pop in
and
once,
play casually just for a little bit,
once or twice a week, and I'll play a couple rounds. Be like, cool, I'm good. But Smash Bros is the thing where it's like anytime me and Karen have some free time, we're just like, let's fucking go.
When we get our Switches,
yes,
are we gonna play Smash at the end of every day? You want to pick up some Smash?
Oh, I'd love that. Yeah. I'd fucking love that. I fucked up. Last topic, Nintendo Switch trailer. That's definitely something I want to give a shout out to. They did such a good job of showing what that device is and why you should care. Sorry, but yeah, I mean, I think that you got to communicate. It's all about
love and sex stuff.
Love and sex stuff every Monday, 9 a.m. Except for now right now. But yeah, no, it's.
I think there's a lot of pros and cons. Like
Kevin.
I know, like with Jack, it's like sounds amazing that I have this girlfriend that hardcore games, but at the same time, I've never gotten into a fight with a girlfriend off of directions, call outs in a video game before.
That's
that's something
funny.
that her and I get into sometimes. We'll get into arguments about call outs of how a certain situation played out. So that's an interesting experience. But also I want to just say that you don't have to, like, if you're a hardcore gamer, you don't have to, don't feel like, oh, I'm not going to really connect with a girl unless she's a girl gamer. Like I've connected, you can connect with someone who's not a video game person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Alfredo's connected with a lot of women.
He has. But he's also connected with a lot of video games.
You get me in trouble, Greg.
I didn't get in trouble.
Cheating on me with fucking Counter-Strike. I'll never forgive you for that. Gerardo Martinez says, with Activision seemingly going more futuristic with each Call of Duty iteration, should they follow the success of EA's Battlefield 1 by tackling an older time period or one with a modern setting?
Yes.
I think for at least the next handful of Call of Duties, they're fine, like, doing their own thing, which is releasing the futuristic one, but then also like maybe Modern Warfare Remastered too. No way.
You got to start that. You got to come back now because you finally. It was a joke forever that it was going to be Call of Duty in space, and now Call of Duty's in space. So now you got to come back, and this is, I think, one of the things they have the benefit of with the multiple studios, right? Like it's Infinity Ward now, Sledgehammer next, then Treyarch, right? Like, cool. We the Black Ops storyline's gone and done its whole thing. I'm assuming they probably want to keep that going. Black Ops 3 will be the Treyarch's next one. What Sledge is going to do, who knows? What was theirs? Advanced Warfare? What was the Kevin Spacey one? They did the Kevin Spacey one.
Warfighter?
Advanced
Warfare.
Warfare.
And I'm right that was them, right? Or did they go? Did they do Ghosts? Who did Ghosts? It doesn't matter. This is where Kevin or Colin would be helpful. But
Infinity Ward did Ghosts.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. So then Sledgehammer comes around. I don't think you can keep going into the future. And I think that I think present seems like a weird step backwards. Whereas if you can now start alternating where it's like, okay, cool. So we go future, Infinite Warfare is in the far-flung future. Now we're going to go back to the past and do something because they've probably seen the success. I shouldn't say that, actually. That would be bad. They've seen the success Battlefield 1 would have, so I'm sure that makes them feel really good about their decisions they would have made 2 to 3 years ago, because that's not like they're going to make this game in 9 months or whatever. And then you can have something more modern, kind of, because that was Black Ops thing, right? Where it was the exoskeleton was Black Ops 2, and it was like kind of still in our time period, but a little bit more advanced.
Yeah, Black Ops 3 with the exosuits and stuff like that. But I don't know, maybe it's just I mean, for them to go back in time and just do like what Battlefield did, I think would be like a smart thing in terms of just like how everyone would take it. But I still think they sold that game really well. There's so many people that just bought Call of Duty just to play remastered.
Sure.
They spent way more money than they wanted to just because they wanted that experience. And it was one of those things where they got the campaign, they got the remastered, and then just the futuristic one is there to service that generation or like the people that want that. I'd like to see them just go back and just have that.
Dinosaurs. They're going
prehistoric. Just go way prehistoric, like Far Cry.
Call of Duty Primal.
Well, yes. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. Do you think they sold? I mean, it seemed like they sold really well.
It's what I think the numbers are softer. They've said in terms of, but I mean, like whatever. It's not like a huge drop off, but it is that thing. I don't know how much. I know the remaster did really well this year, but how many remasters do you have up your sleeve, right? Like I feel like you could start seeding these out, these studios to do different things. Where it's like, all right, cool. So Infinity Ward's doing the far flung future, Sledge do past stuff, and then we'll have the more contemporary stuff from Treyarch.
Yeah, be smart to split it up that way. But we'll see.
Just keep alternating to keep it fresh.
Jojo says, hey, Fredo, you stoked for Halo Wars 2?
Ooh, that's a game that, again, I'll just sit back and watch. Like real-time strategy. It's not my
your brother got real into Halo Wars.
My younger brother got really into it. And I mean, I'll give it a try because that's, how it goes with being like a variety streamer. You give everything a try that's like new that day. So I'll give it a try. Maybe I'll get into it a little bit more with a mouse and keyboard. But I did StarCraft like 6 years ago, and it was cool. Like, but it wasn't my thing. I'd rather just watch people that are good at that game play that game. Same thing with like me and like Counter-Strike. I like Counter-Strike on PC and it's fun, but I'd rather just watch really good people, and other people would rather watch really good people play that kind of game.
Joe Naju says, could a hula dancing VR game using move controls be the future of gaming?
No. It's a very small market. Just
you.
What I mean?
Would you be the top of the leaderboard?
Probably.
You think you still got it?
At least in the U.S. region.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, that includes Hawaii.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. But I feel like by practice, we might step it up a bit. You know what I mean? I'll rep the kind of funny song.
Thank you.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
I love
the
it.
sash.
Oh, man. My mom is texting me nonstop right now because she has a very angry Comcast employee there who I'm like, why is he angry? Like, you should be the one angry.
Yeah.
So I don't, wow.
Your mom called me a week ago just to double check that was my number. Left the message and everything. She's sweet.
That's my mom for you.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Pruitt says, hey, Alfredo, how do you feel about getting hundreds of adults re-addicted to Pokemon cards?
Ooh, that was fun. That was great. Yeah, no, because like they
in a nutshell, what happened?
So essentially like Pokemon had a series, which now they have an even better series, but they had a series where some of the cards were like the old school Pokemon cards, like first gen, like back in there. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it was Generations. That's what the series was called. So I was like, oh my goodness, this is awesome. And it's one of those things, it's always fun, even though it's expensive, it's always fun to collect something. Like I used to do Hero Clicks.
Fuck yeah, Hero Clicks.
It's amazing. So good. Gets confusing with the rules sometimes. Lots of fights depends like what angle is what. Or
Hero Clicks is where I fell in love with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Really?
yeah.
There's a dude named Groot that's a fighting tree and Rocket Raccoon. And I'm like, I'm sold.
Squirrel Girl too.
Well, yeah, Squirrel
Whenever
Girl
we
counted as
played,
part of that.
he had the weirdest team.
Of course,
Yeah.
They had a bunch. Oh, I got Sinestro, and I'm like,
I had
got
a
fucking
white
Squirrel Girl,
lantern team.
motherfuckers.
All right, we had Flash, like Batman, everything. Like we're sold.
Still have my Superboy on my mantle there.
There you go. But going back to
Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah, Pokemon cards. Yeah, Generations had some of the old school ones. I was like, oh, this is a great time to get back into Pokemon. So I got some, did a couple unboxings on the YouTube channel, and just started posting about them. And everyone's like, yo, dude, what? You know what I mean? Where'd you get these? All of a sudden, everyone is like back into it. Very happy, but very upset because they're spreading money again.
Yeah.
And now it's a good time because even at Kind of Funny Live, I traded some cards with some of the
There's
fam.
nothing that makes me
Yeah.
happier than that.
It's so good. Yeah, I felt a little dorky though, bringing my sleeves. I have that collection, my hollows and everything. It's weird now. There's like full hollow cards and like textured hollow cards.
The Pokemon are popping out of the
It was a
picture.
little awkward, but then I was like, oh, I'm kind of digging it now.
Yeah.
But apparently the latest set has the actual like
OG cards, but with different
revamped.
stats. Yeah, so like Charizard, now he has 150 HP
Yeah,
instead
so
of
now they're
120.
like playable in the current competitive meta. And I was like, ooh.
So did you guys get re-addicted to the card game because of Pokemon Go?
No, we're just re-addicted to the card game because I just saw that, they're Pokemon cards and they had some of the OG ones. Because, during that time period, I was just like, okay, I've played Pokemon, I played a ton of it, but I've really fallen off. And like, there's like, how much, 700 now?
You playing Sun and Moon? Do you have a 3DS?
I do have a 3DS. I do plan on picking up
Good.
Sun and
You
Moon.
should.
I'm Sun. Jackie forced me and she was like, I'm picking Moon and you're going Sun. And I was like, damn,
son.
gotta pick and choose your battles there, Greg. But yeah, no.
Digital.
Going back real quick, man, is it really fun though going to a comic book shop and seeing what cards they have and filling
Just
out
looking
your
through the
collection.
that glass thing. Just being
Yeah,
like, huh,
that's good. Good times.
$35
Yeah, picking up a comic
for a
book or whatnot,
Regeki.
and then
Yu-Gi-Oh. Digital obesity. Favorite gaming snacks.
People ask this all the time.
Yeah.
It's such a weird question.
I don't associate snacks and gaming in a
neither.
way where I'm
Yeah.
like, this is a gaming snack.
For me, it's always the thing of if I'm going to eat, I'm going to stop playing the game. You know what I mean? Like take a break, put on Netflix or whatever. And I know that's a meal,
Yeah.
but I guess I just don't snack that much. I don't graze.
Yeah,
as
I'm not
they
a
say.
snacker.
that's how you really enjoy your meal. I mean, I think for me, there's a lot of times I get caught off guard and I'll be like, I'll jump on and I'm like, oh snap, I got a stream right now, and I'll jump on and I'm like, ooh, I haven't eaten like 4 hours in.
Hit up them
So
pizza
I'll
rolls.
have to just, put something together. For me, anything that's good for in terms of snacking while playing video games, I'm a neat freak, so it can't be something that I have to put my hands on. I have to be able to stab at it with a fork.
Or you put your cereal in a plastic cup
damn it.
and you eat it like a
Like
horse.
a horse does. I do that with
Try
them hot Cheetos.
Yeah,
Put it
you
in a
do.
soup cup, yeah.
Yeah,
a
see,
little
see?
bit bigger.
Take the
'Cause I
Cheeto
feel
bag.
like if it was like a normal size, you have to fill it up a million times. but
No,
if it was an
like
actual
those Shakespeare's
big-
cups I use, the plastic ones. You can push them in so they're the size of your mouth. It's great.
Oh man,
I'll show you some things.
next gen.
Yeah.
Daniel Perez wants to
Daniel.
know, Alfredo, how's your Twitch channel doing?
Good. Yeah, we're just hitting different sub milestones, especially with Twitch Prime that was announced, and that Twitch Prime has been awesome. But no, it's been a good time. We've been playing just a bunch of different games right now. We're just stuck on Siege because the competitive season. But it's really interesting. I know there's definitely a lot of people, and this is this thing with like Twitch where like people will jump on and be like, oh man, like you're only getting 100 viewers, like you tanked, like you've made a terrible decision, like leaving IGN or whatever. But I don't know, we have like it's a weird channel where since I play a variety of games, depending on what I'm playing is the different like subs that I have coming in, right? And then I also have such huge support from the Kind of Funny family where, depending on what I'm doing, they'll jump in too. And so even though I'll get maybe, I don't know, 200 during Destiny or maybe 100 during Rainbow, I'll have like 500 plus subs. So it's very interesting. But no, Twitch has just been awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And then
Everybody go subscribe.
Subscribe. Twitch.tv/Alfredo Plays.
Yeah, it's fun times.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. There you go.
We ditched the on everything, right?
Yeah, we did. Finally.
On everything?
Yeah, even on Twitter.
What?
Oh, that happened forever
Yeah.
ago. Will you keep up, please?
that
Oh
happened
my
a
God,
while
that's
ago.
awesome. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, it's just awesome people. Like it's so interesting the number of people you meet. I know a couple people that watch me that are that play in the MLB, and I had one random guy who was like, "Hey, I can get that taken out for you," and I'm like, "This sounds sketchy as fuck."
Like, send me a blank check
Yeah,
to verify your Alfredo.
And then he was like, "Nah, man, just let me know when you're ready to change it." And then I was like, "Ready," and then he just swapped it over, and I was like, "Whoa, that's awesome!" I even have someone who's like doing a whole like overhaul in terms of like getting a whole logo and merchandise and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
That's awesome. So this
great
is the
graphics
final
package and everything.
final question for the day. Kind of jumps off of that. Cappy Cool wants to know. I'd like to hear a discussion about meeting online friends in real life.
Oh, it's always a good time. I don't know. From my experiences, it's always a good time. Because it's usually people, especially when it comes to like Twitch, it's usually people that you've talked to a million times. So it's one of those things that I realize as long as I'm just, showing that the door is wide open, then they're just totally on the same page, right? Their energy, depending where my energy level is at, that's where they're at with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I see that a lot with just any event or like Kind of Funny in general.
Sure.
Like people come up and be like, "Yo, what's up, dude? Hey, Alfredo, like, love your stuff." I'm like, "Oh man, like, like what's your username? Like, what have you seen? All that kind of stuff. Like, thank you so much." And then they'll tell you, and I'm like, oh, so many times, like, "Oh my God, like I can't, that's you, like really, what's up?"
That's
like,
what I was. It drives me crazy when people talk to us and then bounce, and then they'll tweet us that they saw us, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Holy shit, you're this guy?
Yeah.
You're the Doug Funny picture? Yeah, I know who you are. Why did you
Average
say
Josh.
that? Yeah, he knows that now. He
Yeah.
knows to say that every time we run into each other. But yeah, that's the nice thing about us being, this small family now, right? And the best friends moniker that I throw around is the truth of like,
Yep.
we used to sponsor us on Patreon. You came to my house. You walked into my house and like, this is where I live. You know where I live now. Please don't send stuff or anything. But like, you never worried about it because every person I've ever met who's a big enough fan to come to a meet and greet or want to meet us or whatever is totally chill and cool
They're
because
to
they
meet
like
each other
us. Yeah.
and hang out with each other and just be a community, which is the coolest thing. Like I have the online communities I've been a part of that are most music focused, but like I have friends that I've met online and whatever. But you were kind of the first person that introduced me to this world because back in the day when you did all those clan matches and stuff, you would have all these friends and you would talk about them as if in the same way you would talk about me.
Yeah.
But like these are guys that were from Florida that you've never met. Like I forgot their names now, but like
Yeah, Mike and Kevin.
Kevin, I remember
Kevin we actually hung out with because
like
he lived in LA, and so he hung out with us during the first E3 we ever went to.
When we went to E3, we stayed at his friend Kevin's house, who we just knew from the internet.
Yeah,
Like,
we even stayed at his house. And this is someone like, this is the first time meeting him, but he was a friend during those, the CS competitive, well, console competitive, but like competitive days. And then like we still stayed in touch, right? And it was through social media and everything like that. And so we stayed at his house and we hung out with him that whole entire week, and it wasn't awkward whatsoever.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it.
Even-
Is like
even Tim-
it not being awkward.
Yeah, even Tim, we're like, you never even talked to him. You heard so much about him. He's heard so much about you. It was just like, oh, yo, dude, what up?
Yeah, and I think that's really what it comes down to is, well, we obviously like similar things.
Yeah.
So that's like,
Yeah.
oh, there's that jumping off point. Like Kevin and I were watching something a couple days ago. I forgot.
Ghostbusters.
It was a YouTube video. I think it was Captain Christian, who's one of the best YouTubers of all time. So I'm gonna credit him anyways. And he was talking about how, people go on dates, like their first dates to movies because it gives you something to talk about. Like something that both of you have this shared experience that you can now talk about this movie. And it's like, damn, that's such a good point that I never really considered. And I think that with us and with a lot of the best friends out there, it's like we all have video games. We all have something to talk about. Or the content that we make or whatever it is, like there is inherently something to talk about. And a couple days ago, I had a great experience where I think it was yesterday, maybe. I went to Best Buy by myself for the first time in years. Usually me and Kevin, it was 2 days ago. Me and Kevin.
Way to drop the ball on that, Kevin.
Man, we spent hours at Best Buy.
Yeah, right. Kevin was really pissed that it was a last minute decision. I decided I'm going to go and look at TVs. Final Fantasy 15 is coming out. Final Fantasy
By
15 is coming out.
yourself?
Yeah.
Way to let him down, Kev.
Lots going on.
goodness.
Lots going on. So I need to look at TVs. And so I'm standing there and I'm just doing the thing where I'm like, staring at this TV for a while, staring at that TV for a while, trying to figure out the black levels. Does this matter?
You know that don't work.
But all this, I know, but still, I'm trying to make some big decisions.
But we still go there. We still go there. We still.
But I was like, do I go OLED or do I go with the Samsung that has better input lag for gaming and all this shit? So I'm trying to figure out all this shit. And as I'm looking at this
is why
thing,
he needs us there,
this
Kevin.
guy walks up to me out of nowhere and he just goes, Tim. And I like, without even looking at him, I'm just like, what's up, dude? And it, like he just comes and I just knew that he was somebody that I didn't know.
No, but he knew.
But I was like, he knew who I was, and I was like, cool. And I looked at him, and immediately I was like, oh, I've seen this guy before. Like he was at Kind of Funny Live. Filipino Mamba, what up? He's in the Twitch chat all the time, and all this. And he just comes, and he was just like, look, he's like, trying to buy a TV for Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I watched, saw you on Colin and Greg Live earlier that day talking about it. He's like, yeah, I'm looking for a TV too. And I was just like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I'm looking between this one and this one, but I'm thinking about buying this and returning it and blah, blah, blah. Giving this whole CES is January. I don't want to wait for the new ones. He's like, man, you're just as schemy in real life. And I was like, yeah. But it was cool because it was just like, here's a dude that I've met before, but like I've never hung out with. I don't really know him, but without even thinking about it, we just had a conversation that I would have with Alfredo.
He showed how replaceable Kevin really is.
Absolutely. But I just thought it was a really cool moment even for me where I'm just like, man, like we have something fucking so special.
Yeah. I think it helps is that everyone's so plugged into like social media and like when you do game, you're usually playing and talking with other people and
the Twitch chat is a game changer because all of a sudden you are directly interacting. You can say something, people say something back. You can say something back, and then they say something back. It's not like
totally
YouTube
different
comments,
than YouTube comments,
right? Where it's like, I did something, you responded. Maybe I responded to your response, but I'm never going to see your response to that response.
Yeah, it's crazy because like you guys will be doing your thing, or like even when I'm streaming, I'm doing my thing, and they'll have their own conversations. Sometimes I'll look in there, I'm like, what are you guys talking about? You guys are going ham on these Pokemon Sun and Moon stats right now. And I'm not even playing Pokemon, but you respect it. Yeah, it's great. Wonderful.
Well, I respect you, Alfredo.
I love you guys.
Thank you very much for joining us. Everybody, go follow Alfredo at Alfredo Plays everywhere. YouTube, Twitch, Twitter,
Thank you guys
Instagram.
for having me because I know I'm kind of like a stranger just coming in here talking about
your family. Shut up,
you fan. You hashtag fan. I'm happy we had you for this episode, though.
I thank everyone.
We tried playing to your strengths.
Thank you guys so much
with the shooters.
Yeah. Yeah, because before you guys would have me on talking about PlayStation stuff. But now, now that I own the console and I play and everything, before it's like PlayStation stuff and like talk about the publishers. And I'm like, man, this is not my... If you're talking Xbox, I got you. But yeah, no, it's great. It's great to be on here talking about what I'm passionate about.
You're welcome. Anytime, my friend.
Yeah.
Until next time. I love you.